And now's the time when things are shifting. There's gonna be a new world order out there. And we've got to lead it.
True internet suffered depression.
You are fake news.
I am not suicidal.
We'll circle back with you directly. If I can circle back, I'll circle back with you.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Hello and welcome to episode 341 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I am Jeffrey.
And I'm Brian.
Always two guys drinking some beer, talking about what's going on. We got the repeat offender with us.
G'day, lads.
Hey, I am sure enjoyed the 4th of July holiday way down under more than half of our country did.
Always do, mate. Always do. It's always a pleasure to share that 4th of July with you guys.
Oh, I loved watching Japan do their crazy light show. France, Italy. It was amazing watching Japan. We nuked them 100 years ago, right? And they're celebrating the 4th of July.
Right.
We'll definitely get into that. That's definitely on the agenda. I just had to bring up that was a good 4th of July weekend up here.
And I saw you running away from fireworks, so.
I didn't run away. I lit the fuse and got away quickly.
That looked like you were running. That's why I commented on it, like run, Forrest, run.
Well, it's a short enough fuse that if you just wander off, by the time you turn around, it's already in the sky blowing up.
I've got to concur with Brian. I saw the same video evidence, mate.
That's fine. I tell you what, you stand there and hold your face over the mortar tube and fire it off. You saw that there was some sparkler stuff, yes, but there was shoot it way up in the sky and blow up stuff too.
Yeah. So you're going to start with Supergirl. This is hilarious because I was watching, I think it was Hulu or maybe Amazon Prime, but one of those streaming networks are doing the advertisements for this stupid movie, and they're saying it's America's most exciting summer movie of the season. Crowds are dying to see this movie. And I'm like, where are they getting their statistics from? Because everything I've been reading is it's a bomb.
Well, see, that's why they gave an opinion statement. Most exciting, not most watched, not, you know what I mean? Not most reviewed, raved, rated, whatever. This means I enjoyed it a whole bunch.
Right.
But it bombed hard. And I'm not sure where the number 73% drop comes from. They're saying it came up 73% short of what was projected to make in the first week. Is that what it means?
I think this is the second week of it. It had a 73% drop from the first week. And it's getting beat out by Angel Studios' Young Washington movie. Now, part of this might be that Angel Studios has been handing out 2 free tickets to every veteran when they apply online for them.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go see if now there's no movie theaters near me.
That's a problem.
There's nothing near me. But free tickets. I'll go watch it. I am a little upset with Angel Studios though. Did you see the trailers for their new Animal Farm?
No.
With like Seth Green in it and a whole bunch of guys like that.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it's anti-capitalist instead of anti-communist. Yeah,
that's not right.
Exactly. Like, write a new story, just like Snow White. You don't want to about a woman with skin as white as snow, then write a different story. Don't just change it, you know?
Right.
But yeah, man. And it's funny because UPN has a whole bunch of superhero TV shows, and Supergirl is one of them. And it was actually, I watched it when it was fresh. I enjoyed it. And it's made a massive comeback since the movie came out. But I don't know if anyone's actually watching it or if it's just being like super recommended.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think it's being super recommended.
Yeah, because it's entirely possible.
Because the studio's paying for the advertising on all these streaming services. So
yeah. Okay, we were talking about this just before we hit record. That Air Force general we were talking about, the Capitol building.
The major.
Yes, I'm sorry. Did I say captain?
You said general.
Oh, general, whatever.
You gave him a promotion.
A giant one, apparently. uh, I, for some reason, it just assumed it was the Air Force MPs that picked him up. Which, do the Air Force have MPs or do they use the Army?
No, they have their own. They have their own MPs. I don't. They're called SP.
Sure. What was that?
I don't know.
Navy has SP, Shore Patrol.
Yeah,
You know, does
and they don't
the
even call them
Marine?
that in the States. They're called Master at Arms. So
Oh, their Master at Arms is also a rating underway that does like security forces and such. You know, that's what
yeah.
they control the armory and fire the guns, the big guns. Do the Marines use MPs or do they use Shore Patrol?
I think they
Because
got their
Navy
own
Marines use a lot
military
of the same
police too. Yeah, they do, but I think they got their own security
Okay,
forces too. Because
because I
remember,
know there's
on
no
the
medics in the
carrier,
Marines.
they've got the Marines protecting the nuclear reactors.
Yes. It's funny when I was on the Carl Vinson, not only were there a handful of Marines, we actually had a SEAL team on the ship. And it's funny because you watch the movies or TV, and these SEALs are these just massive, enormous dudes that, stick out in a crowd no matter where they are.
Uh-huh.
And you meet these dudes in real life, and like, okay, yeah, he's in way better shape than I am, but he could blend into a crowd, and that's the
Right.
whole point. You know what I mean? They got
Yeah.
the beards and everything, so they don't look like sailors. Yeah, but one of them was a hull tech, just like me. And instead of hanging out and working out with the rest of the SEALs, because they had nothing to do until it was time to do something, he actually
Yeah.
came and worked in the shop. He's like, "No, I'll weld." It's like, should shit go down, and it'd be nice to have some fresh practice and training. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He's like, "Trust me, I've cleaned my rifle enough times." But yeah, I remember thinking it was hilarious that like meeting these dudes, and actually like hanging out and having beers with them. I'm like, these dudes are nothing like what they make you think they are, and that's the whole
Yeah.
point, Just like when Obama, what a fool. It's like, oh, thanks to SEAL Team 6 out of Norfolk, Virginia. By the time you finish saying that out loud, they weren't in Norfolk, Virginia anymore,
Nope.
Which I don't know where they are now, and I'm sure neither do you, Brian. Even if you
Nope.
did, you wouldn't be dumb enough to say it out loud,
No.
would you?
Nope. Nah, not at all.
That judge, is it Dugan or Duggan? I've heard both. I think I've called her both on this.
I don't know.
Dude,
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Dude.
Defender.
I mean, I'm not surprised she didn't get any jail time, but she doesn't have a job anymore either. So
But yeah,
she
and
probably will lose her law license too in the process.
Yeah, I think she got disbarred, right?
Yeah.
Was that? Oh,
Yeah, should have a shoot for that. Oh,
Here we go.
yeah, glitching up. Well, speaking of helping illegal immigrants get away with their crimes, that fellow we were talking about, that Walls in Minnesota
Yeah.
pardoned
Uh-huh.
that child rapist just before his sentence was up so that he could be deported. Rubio put an end to that, didn't he?
Yep.
Brian,
Yep. He got deported.
yeah, Rubio stepped in personally, made sure this guy had no claim to stay in the States, and like personally oversaw this man's deportation back to Laos. Rubio's not chief of staff. Oh my God, why Secretary of State, right?
Yeah. Secretary of State. Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that explains how he could just tell DHS what to do. And it's another thing. I just want to point this out to a lot of people. A lot of people assume that the vice president is like the second most powerful man in the world. It's either going to be the Secretary of State or Chief of Staff for the president, the people that actually can make decisions and do things. The
Yeah.
VPs go stand over there. Don't be anywhere near me in case I get killed. Someone else has the job.
Right.
He's not making the only thing the VP really does besides that is break tying votes in the
Yeah,
Senate,
in the
right?
Senate when necessary. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
That's
good
pretty
job, Marco
yeah.
Rubio.
I think for the Tony Brandon that as well too.
It sounds like you're underwater, man.
Oh, so that's pretty rude. The time he did.
I'm gonna get him one of them like
Yeah.
antennas you can plug into the bottom of your phone.
Can you hear?
Kinda.
Yeah.
I was saying nice and rude Tommy that did. Well,
I couldn't get that, Brian. Did you?
Uh-uh.
That's unfortunate.
But,
All right. Well, we'll see if that works. Okay. So what this dude Joey Chestnut? I'm pretty sure we've spoken about this guy before, haven't we?
Yeah, last year he couldn't do the 4th of July because Nathan's wouldn't let him. Because he did
Yeah.
another hot dog eating contest right before it, and if they
Oh, it
wouldn't
wasn't
let him
insane.
participate.
Yeah, like no way we're gonna let you do that again to your body in like 4 days, you know? Whatever happened to that little tiny girl, that woman that was competing like on the same level as him?
She won again. She's won
No,
like
the
6 or 7 times in a row.
The,
No.
the female competition.
Yeah. They have
Yeah.
a male version and a female version.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, and she just sucks down these hot dogs, and what they usually they dunk the roll in water.
Yeah. Some people
Oh my,
do
oh my God!
because it goes
how do
down
you-
faster.
Yeah, but how do you not throw up as soon as you are done stuffing
That's
your
what
face
we
with
were
it?
talking. I don't know where I was at, but I was talking to somebody about it, and they're like, he's got to like go purge himself after this, or have his stomach pumped or something like that,
Not even that. It's like your body physically would reject that much food in it, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Your stomach would just start pumping it out on its own. Like, nope. But yeah, the numbers of the like what, like I don't know, like 25, 30 hot dogs.
Joey,
I just know it's a ridiculous
he was in
number.
the 50s.
Oh my God, that's insane. And how much time did he get to eat? He ate 50 hot dogs.
I think 10 minutes, and that's not as high. 71 is his high.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, how does your stomach physically expand that quickly?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No idea.
would be a stomach expanding, mate. It'd be what was the remnants.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they train themselves doing this, stretching their stomach and all that stuff for like months in advance, but still, that's just insane. I can't imagine dumping that much food in your stomach. And your stomach not just saying no and throwing it all back out. You know what I mean? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
go get a Gatorade, you know? I need Pepto and an antacid now.
Right.
Oh, check this out. I don't remember where it happened. It probably says it right in here. See, this is something that, this is in Australia. They used to, in news articles, I don't know if you remember, back in the day when there were newspapers, the first word in an article was the location. And it was in
Yeah, they don't
bold
do
print,
that
then there was
anymore.
a hyphen, then the article started. They don't do that anymore. They bury where it is halfway down. It's like, oh, well, okay, whatever. This mom's in Australia. She's being investigated after her 4-year-old son was found dead, and she's being investigated for cannibalism.
Wow.
Yeah, that happened not far from me, a few hours away from me.
Yeah, and Wyong, is that how you pronounce it? Wyong.
Yeah, some Asian name.
Yeah, the name of the town.
Wyong.
Yeah, right. Oh, and it's a white woman.
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half away from me, less than that. Probably about 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's horrible, dude.
Mental health issues there.
Yeah, well, as soon as I saw Australia, I was like, oh, this had to be some weird Aboriginal thing. You know what I mean?
Nope.
No. Of course not. It's some freaking nut job woman who, based on the blurred face photo, was not starving enough to eat her child.
Crystal meth problem, I think, mate.
Bath salts.
Bath salts.
Remember that when they were eating people's faces?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, it's a zombie apocalypse. Grab your shotguns, you know?
Yeah, that happened down Wyong, mate. That's only about 45 minutes away from where I live.
Jeez. Well, yeah, it's funny. The wife and I were just talking about hoping to get to Australia when the girls are old enough. She's like, oh, I want to see Bondi Beach. I was like, oh, where that guy with the huge balls just took a semi-automatic rifle from a dude?
Yeah, he's got a couple of shops down there.
Yeah.
Do you hear what happened to him, Buck? Did you hear what happened to him?
No, but did they get him a golden wheelbarrow to carry his giant balls around in?
No, his father and some of his relays, they tried to cash in on the money he got, compensation.
His family tried to take his like, hey, you're a good guy money.
Yep, and his father's had him charged with assault, made out as bloody domestic violence, so he can get some sort of money out of him.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah. Don't worry, there's a lot of support for him out there. Like, there's a lot of support. People were sending him money because he got shot 4 or 5 times.
I that beer is so terrible. I was unaware. I mean, I might have known at the time, but I don't remember the details. I just remember this guy was like, "No, this ain't gonna happen in my town." You know what I mean?
Well, what happened was when he got the gun off him, he got it off the father, and the son was up there still pumping out rounds. Yeah, he's popped him 4 or 5 times while he was giving the gun away. He said, because they asked him why he didn't shoot him. He said, because I'm not going to kill no one like that.
Hey, man, I respect that argument when it's just yourself. But this man was shooting into a crowd. Someone had to stop him, and you finally had a weapon that could have stopped him. It's your responsibility at that time, I believe, to do something, you know, or at least hand it to someone who will. And the thing is, if you are so anti-weapon, chances are he had no idea how to operate that thing.
Yeah, I think that would have been the issue.
Yeah, a lot of folks make it sound like it's super easy, and it's not super difficult, but you have to know how to like take it off a safe, how to aim, how to load. You know what I mean? You're muted. You got yourself muted still.
Sorry, guys. I was just saying, like his relays coming out of the woodworks, and they try to get all this money out because he was giving something like the crowd had a GoFundMe.
Oh yeah, people were pouring money in to pay the hero, right?
Something like $2.5 million he got.
Oh, good for him. What's that compared to in US dollars? Is that somewhere probably
it probably came out 17, 18, 1.8 mil, something like that.
Oh my goodness. That's enough money not have to worry about money for a very long time. Like all your bills are handled, you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. His family wanted part of it.
He could even afford to install air conditioning in his home for that in Australia.
He could have got a gold wheelbarrow for his balls. Insured it.
It's funny, actually. The mother-in-law doesn't have any kind of AC system, and it hit like 100 degrees.
So she came to your house.
Well, no, she's like, "I'll be fine. I'll be fine." I was like, "No, you're gonna die." She's like, "Oh, I came from Florida." I was like, "And you had central air everywhere you went." The longest.
She doesn't have even one window unit.
No. And the windows are a funny size, so you can't just install a window unit too.
Okay.
So I got one of them ones with like a bucket, like a D-Hue.
Yeah, so you got to go empty the bucket.
Well, it's got hoses, and I was like, don't move this thing around, because if you're going to, we have to change the way it's set up. Right now, it's set up to just drain into the sink.
Right. Okay.
And at first, I was like, why don't we set up and drain it into like a bowl for your cat to drink? And she's like, oh, that sounds gross. I'm like, it's just condensate. It's actually pure water.
Right.
You know? But yeah, I was thinking about geothermal energy. I did a whole bunch of reading, and I think I can install something into her home myself with geothermal cooling.
Okay.
Dig a giant hole and run copper tubes.
Wouldn't that be also used as heating too?
Yeah, yes, but it'll only get up to like 55 degrees.
Okay.
Because once you dig something like 5 feet down in the ground or 4.5 feet, anywhere on the planet, it's 55 degrees.
Okay. Well, that's better than that's still going to make our heating bill a whole lot less if it's already 55 in the house.
Yeah, instead of -2.
Yeah, exactly. She won't die if it gets down to 55 and her fire goes out. She'll be cold, but
that's what I was worried about. I kept saying, I was like, you're gonna freeze to death, because she wouldn't use the wood stove.
Right.
She's like, I just can't get it to work. I was like, you light a fire. She's like, it keeps going.
And how was her electric heat bill through the winter?
Oh my god. No, it just caught up to her. She's like, oh, my bill didn't go up at all. I was like, they haven't been by to read the meter. They're still charging you the rates that the previous owners used when they were using the wood stove.
Yeah.
Just a quick break, guys. I think you've got your first advertisement money.
All right. I sent on the PayPal link. We got paid.
Yeah, man, look at that. There we got. That's actually our second donation. We got one way back in the day for $100 from a friend of mine, but
For buy beer.
to buy beer for the show. This time
So
we're
let,
getting
let,
for plugging Bud Light.
he stayed up to his word, though. He said he'd do it if you ever drank it on the show.
I said 50 Australian dollars, about $33, boys.
Oh, there you go. That's like a third of our annual storage fees.
Yep.
Oh, my father wanted myself and my two daughters to do ancestry thing, which
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to do because I don't want the Chinese to get my DNA to be able to make diseases designed just for me. But turns out my entire family, which is enormous, has already done it. Dude, I'm way whiter than I thought. Almost entirely English and Welsh, but some Newfoundland, some Irish, some Scottish. I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was interesting anyway. I was like, well, if I have the info, I may as well look at it.
He wrote
all
on
right.
there, well chugged, mate.
I'm drinking Bud Light. I don't think you are, mate.
You see your face every time you take a sip.
Oh, that's not good.
You're not seeing what we're seeing.
It was funny when they didn't. I went to 3 different spots looking for Miller Lite and I couldn't get it. So I was like, almost picked up a bottle of whiskey instead. But of course, I couldn't just get Crown Royal. It only had the weird flavored crap.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I don't want to mix it and have cherry whiskey Coke. You know what I mean? It's like I just want to put some whiskey in ice. You know. But yeah, whatever. You shared this one, Brian. This holy crap.
I heard about this at my Bible study on Wednesday night from one of the other attendees about this student pilot and their instructor in Argentina. This was actually his second flight of the day, and Bessie's been a student.
The
He's been an
instructor just decided he had enough.
Yeah, I don't know. And the instructor apparently the instructor lived at home with his parents. And he'd been doing this for like 10 years, worked for this one company for over 4, and nobody saw any warning signs except looking back. He didn't drive himself to work that day. He had one of his students pick him up and bring him into work. But that was like the only warning sign that came up after the fact.
Normally you wouldn't care about leaving a vehicle behind. But in case anyone's wondering what the hell is Brian talking about, they were up in the air flying
850 feet.
Yeah, flying.
She already had her pilot's license, but she needed more hours to, be able to fly on her own.
Well, apparently the instructor looked over and said, "You got this, dude," or something like that.
Yep.
Opened the door and just rolled out and fell to his death.
Yep.
And then the student managed to land the plane alone and go, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah, he or she, I don't remember which it was, but they contacted ground control, air tower, and they made sure that, they were able to land safely.
Oh, and I'm sure they cleared the whole runway and they had a
I'm like, oh yeah, but you can only imagine what's going through this student's mind, when they watch the pilot of the plane just jump out.
Well, that messes with your head enough. Now you're flying.
Now you got to actually land the plane or you're going to die too.
I read this like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I can't believe he did this to this guy.
I know, it's insane. It's one thing to commit suicide on your own, but it's another to, possibly take somebody else's life with you in the process.
Oh my goodness!
Well, it's commitment to coaching, isn't it? What a commitment to coaching.
Yeah. Hey, you're gonna learn how to do this because you know what?
Sink or swim.
I'm off the nest.
Sink or swim.
Let's throw kids in the water, mate. Make them swim their way to the edge.
The mama bird is supposed to push the baby bird out of the nest. The mama bird doesn't just leave.
Right.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, it's traumatic enough to deal with that. Exactly. Now you're 800 plus feet above the ground going, what the fuck just happened?
Uh-huh.
Do you think that student gets back up in the air or just says, no, I'm done?
I think they'll get back up in the air because they had already had their pilot's license, and they were just doing
racking hours to be able to do it alone.
Yeah. I think if I was Argentina, I would just go ahead and sign it off. It's like, yeah, you're qualified. You got your enough
Yeah,
hours
you pulled this
now.
one off, dude.
If you can land a
He's
plane
confident.
after your instructor jumps out and commits suicide, you're good.
He's confident to land.
What a way to do it, too. Like,
No,
you have 850 feet falling to realize what you just did
was
before
bad
it
idea.
ends. You're like, oh, this was a bad idea the whole way down. Actually, isn't that the number one thing you hear from people that attempted suicide?
Yeah, yeah.
Like as soon as I stepped off the bridge, I realized it was too late to change a terrible decision. It's like, oh my God. Okay, this I hadn't heard about this until now, but I guess Trump got involved to stop Mamdani from meeting with the Irani ambassador to the United States in the UN.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's against the law for this man to be speaking on behalf of the United States.
It
to
definitely
foreign
is.
officials.
They tried to get Trump on that. They got the Flynn on stuff like that.
Michael Flynn.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they stopped him from doing it, which means no crime actually occurred, but that's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Because God knows what kind of garbage Mamdani would have guaranteed Iran if we could bring Irani.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, just come to New York. We'll take care of you guys. You can build your bombs here. I mean, get jobs here.
Right.
Well, that's even now. Madani's even done that now after the Supreme Court ruling that went against him. It went in Trump's favour.
Which one? A whole bunch of stuff.
I think it was the one with the ice and that. The
what?
deportation.
Oh,
Then
yeah. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff happened with deportation recently.
Yeah, the Supreme Court made a couple of really big decisions in that, and they all went Trump's way, or America's way, I should say.
Yeah, the birthright citizenship. Did you see what Trump put out on there on X or on Truth about it?
Yeah,
He wants the Supreme Court to listen to it again.
Well, he congratulated China and Xi Jinping on their great win against the United States or whatever.
So I think he's going through the Senate too. He's saying to the Senate too, like, let's change this legislation.
I haven't seen anything come across my news feed, but I got a text message from somebody that said Susan Collins was going to vote for the SAVE Act.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Apparently, that would be enough for it to pass, and that it would go to Trump's desk for become law.
Isn't she currently in office?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
So couldn't she?
Yeah, she's running against. She was running against Platner.
Yeah, couldn't she just have done this already?
She should have.
She should have, but it's Susan Collins, the most wishy-washy Republican in the world.
Well,
yeah.
Mitch McConnell's nowhere to be found, is he?
I've heard all sorts
they
of
know where
rumors.
he's at.
Yeah, brain dead, isn't he?
He's
I've
in the
heard
hospital.
rumors about brain dead. Did you see his wife was in China? His wife was
in
in
she flew
China
off
3
to China
days
after
later.
He was hospitalized.
Speaking to oh my God. How many of these Dems have been busted with Chinese spies? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. What was it? Maxine Waters' driver, right? And was it Wiener was banging a Chinese spy or something?
Yeah.
Swalwell as well.
So, yeah, Swalwell. It's like, you guys haven't learned your lesson. You just love that sideways pussy so much, huh?
Oh, mate, yeah.
Yes, I know it was racist, but it's funny and you all know it.
It wasn't racist. I thought it was fucking funny.
Just because it's funny, it doesn't mean it's not racist. And just because it's racist doesn't mean it's not funny. All right.
Abolish
That's where racist jokes come from. They're terrible, but they're hilarious often. And that's it's so tough to find WASP jokes these days. There used to be good WASP jokes. But who's making fun of white Anglo-Saxon Protestants these days? Now they just shoot them and call them Nazis.
I miss the days of taking the piss out of each other. You can have some real good fun taking the piss out of each other.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. I remember I worked doing demolition in Virginia, and I worked with like an all-black crew except for one other dude. I'm sorry, it was a white woman. And this dude, he goes, man, I think you officially black now. And I was like, that's not possible. He's like, what? I was like, I know who my father is. And he goes, "You motherfucker, I know who my father is." Like, yeah, isn't your dad white though? He goes, "Fuck you." See, that was just us cracking jokes at each other, not being mean, you know?
Yeah.
No, and
Because he thought it was
see,
funny
like
because his dad is white. That's why he thought it was so funny. He's like, "Oh man, you burned me twice on that one." What's going on in Michigan with the Gaylord men?
Yeah, we had they were convicted under the Biden Clean Air Act for a
Bypassing emissions standards or something, right?
yeah, this is I believe it's a bar.
I thought it was a mechanic, like a
Oh yeah, mechanic. Yeah, yep. They
diesel,
were
like
ordered to
big rig truck.
pay $750,000 in Clean Air Act violations. Um, and they also had 1 year probation along with the fines. It was a diesel repair and electronics modification facility that adjusts engine power and fuel efficiency through Wi-Fi connections with trucks on the road. And they were saying that they were conducting remote reprogramming, which was a violation of the Clean Air Act under Biden.
How is that a violation of the Clean Air Act to program a computer from somewhere else?
Well, the court ordered the case to be, they wanted $1.8 million in fines because it involved 2 truck repair companies and 1 truckload transportation company, 11 people. So Trump actually pardoned 7 people in this case.
Basically, just the ringleaders getting to get busted with it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can accept that, I suppose, because did he change the law that he pardoned these guys of breaking?
I think he did already.
Oh, because if you don't,
I think it was an executive order that Biden put in place, and you know how executive orders go.
well, you would think that would mean Trump would be able to undo all sorts of stuff that Obama and Biden did, but the courts haven't let him, like DACA.
Right.
You know, that was a executive order, but Trump wasn't allowed to snap his fingers in an executive order and undo it, which we discussed ad nauseum a while ago. Speaking of Barack Obama, I'm wondering if this town was named this when back when West Virginia was still a blue state. Barackville, not kidding you, the name of the town, fired their entire police force. Yep, they just got themselves a brand new chief. Like fresh out of school, all extra special schools, everything or whatever. And then the city council voted that they were going to be able to have a direct hand in police operations and they were going to oversee everything. And the chief said, that's absolutely not how these things work. It cannot work that way. We cannot micromanage the police.
Yeah.
So he publicly resigned. Is like, no, I wash my hands of this like he was Pontius Pilate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was going way back, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
But then the city councilman who decided he was in charge entered the evidence locker and contaminated all of the evidence by going through it. So which means any pending case they had, they just lost all of their evidence. No. So and instead of, recalling this guy or something to like vote him out, they fired the entire police force for not stopping him. It's like they voted they were allowed to do this. What do you want us to do?
That's it.
So yeah, so now as of right now, only county police are in Barackville, are sheriff's deputies, which I mean, that's not a big deal way out here. I have no lower police force than county, because I have no city or town.
Yeah.
And we just got a dude who got picked up here in West Virginia for looking at kiddie porn.
Oh boy.
On some Russian website.
That's never a good idea.
1,400 times plus, and he had excuse me, copies of this stuff on his personal hardware at home too. So for all we know, he was distributing this material as well.
Right.
West Virginia is not going to put up with this. And we'll see if this might go to a federal federal might step in and
He's
say, no,
not
we're
gonna
handling this.
he's not gonna survive prison either.
No, no. Prisoners in the United States do not like people that hurt kids.
Yeah, they might be prisoners and be convicted for something, but when it comes to kids, that's a whole other ball game.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
it.
these kids haven't fucked their lives up yet, man. We did. Don't go and fuck their lives up too,
Hmm.
Hot water and
Man.
sugar shower the first day.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope that dude knows enough to have a soap on a rope. Because if that thing slips out of his hands and hits the floor, he's done. They're probably gonna give him powdered soap though, in case he drops it. It's gonna take longer to pick up. There's this Missouri gun manufacturer. They make guns, obviously, but mostly like AR-15 style rifles. They make suppressors. They make short-barreled rifles, short-barreled shotguns. The stuff you need a tax stamp for that Trump recently reduced to $0 for the tax stamp.
Right.
In honor of the 250th anniversary of the United States, they announced any local police force that requests, munitions, hardware, etc. from these folks. They're only going to sell the police force what they allow the civilian population to purchase.
Oh, okay.
So like if like in Virginia, it's like, no, you don't allow your civilians to have these. We're not selling them to you either.
Yeah.
And they did say though, like if a county comes out and a police force in writing says we will not be enforcing this law, then they will, because they allowing their
Oh,
citizens to have the same
Massachusetts
thing.
is screwed.
If they want to buy their guns from
New York State is screwed.
yeah, if they want to buy from CMMG, they're out of Missouri, and their announcement actually came out. Excuse me, came out the day before the Virginia laws were supposed to go into effect concerning.
They've been put on injunction.
Yes. Oh, you see anything with this kid in California who blew his hand off with fireworks?
No. Isn't there one of those stories every year?
There always is. They went to go get like milkshakes or something, or burgers or something stupid. I don't know. And they're gonna set up some fireworks in the parking lot. They've done it before. And as soon as he lit the fuse, it just detonated and just left pulp from the wrist down.
Ugh.
They said he was left-handed. He lost his right hand. But you don't realize how much you use your non-dominant hand when you're actually doing other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, probably never going to be driving a stick shift again, huh?
Nope.
The crews that set off the fireworks in New York on the Brooklyn Bridge
Uh-huh.
caught the Brooklyn Bridge on fire.
Nice.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. Luckily, no one was seriously injured, but I was like, you lit the giant metal bridge on fire? Hey, at least they were celebrating it, though, instead of going to Travis Kelce's wedding at Madison Square Garden,
That's where everybody wanted to be.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I found out it was a $60,000 fee to rent that place out for one day. Okay, so it says in this article that Trump mixes patriotism with partisanship on the 250th, and it's saying how this never happens. Everyone always leaves that out.
It
And I'm like,
happens all the time.
every single Joe Biden never spoke without talking trash about Trump and all of the Republicans. So it's like, I don't want to hear that only Trump's doing this. You give me a valid argument, I'll agree we shouldn't be doing this on the 4th of July, but this is not different than what we usually see. It's just not. And especially he's talking trash about the people that are saying it's the worst country on the planet, which is crazy because it's all the Europeans who came in for the World Cup were saying it was the greatest thing they'd ever seen in their lives.
Yep, they loved it.
Yeah. Like, you guys do this every year? Like, yes.
I wonder what the viewership of the Spain versus Belgium game was in the United States today. I bet it wasn't as high as the crappy U.S. versus Belgium game earlier in the week.
I didn't watch, but I heard that's when we got eliminated, right?
It was. We deserved to be eliminated. We played like shit.
I honestly
Belgium
don't
got-
know. Well, didn't we lose like one of our like key players, like our big goal scorer from a red card the game before? Or
No,
something?
he got it. Trump got
He got
involved,
back.
and he was able to play.
President of the United States got involved and got FIFA to overturn a decision.
Oh, he actually said to him he didn't think it was a very good decision that he got a red card.
Yeah, it
So,
was a pretty even
technically-
all the commentators on the
Oh.
were saying it was a pretty pathetic red card. It should have been a yellow card.
See, that's when I learned what a real red card was. I thought it just meant that you were out of the game. I didn't realize it meant you were suspended for another game. I was like, geez, this game. Every time I learn more about this game, I just like,
You get more
okay,
confused.
whatever. So what's a yellow card do? Is that like a warning?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like if you have a foul. If you do something that's not, it's not worthy of being sent off, you give away a penalty.
Okay, and now what does a penalty
A
usually
free
involve? Is
kick.
that a free kick or a corner kick?
Corner kicks when the ball goes out and the dead ball line behind the net, where the net is, that line. If they put the ball dead of that, it's a corner kick. Now,
Okay.
free kick is when you do an infringement in play. Like,
Yeah,
you know how you
and that's
guys
when
get
all the
flags
guys
and that?
line up in front of the goal and cover the balls up.
Yeah,
Because
that's a
they
free
all,
kick.
if you notice that, they always all cover their balls before that dude kicks that soccer ball.
The smarter players actually do kick into the testicles.
Oh,
So you get a player down, then you can play on. You can have a shot at goal. So it's a
yeah, but
smarter play.
that ball is not exactly soft. And then they keep
No, it's
getting hit
not.
in the head with this thing. I'm like, you're out of your minds.
Well, they hit the ball. Like, you got to think how much brain pressure they put on their brain every time they hit that
Oh
ball.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot.
Are they allowed to wear any kind of head protection?
Nah,
Not even like a leather helmet?
no, they can if they want, I suppose, but I don't
What's
think
that?
it's part of. I think they can if they want, but it's not part of the game.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, like, if you decide I don't want to have a permanent traumatic brain injury, can I wear a helmet? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No,
Again,
it's
I
not. Look, you guys got a massive attendance at this World Cup, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
done pretty good, actually.
They're enormous stadiums.
yeah. And the Americans, they were going crazy, you know.
Yeah, it's getting more and more popular here, but it's still not looked at like American football or even
No,
baseball.
Right.
And which is, I feel terrible saying that because baseball used to be the sport in this country. And fewer and fewer people even know how the game is played, let alone enjoy watching, you know?
Right.
Well, mate, I predict in 5 to 10 years you'll be talking about cricket on this show. He's got Major League Cricket in America now.
Just because we're playing cricket here doesn't mean we're going to be discussing it. Is there a world tournament for cricket?
Yeah, the World Cup.
Yeah. Well, I'm just letting you know right now, pickleball is more popular than cricket. And I'm not kidding you.
Well,
There
Conor
is a world
McGregor is fighting in the
championship for
UFC
pickleball.
tomorrow night.
Yes, and
Yeah,
it's
could it
free
be?
on UPN.
It's all
or-
the shows, all UFC is free now on Paramount Plus.
True. Yes. Yes.
There's
But yeah,
no more
Conor
pay-per-view.
McGregor's fighting again.
I couldn't believe he's coming back to fight. He must be running low on money.
Oh,
No,
no,
he-
nah.
He did. He
No,
did
he's
that
not running
movie.
away.
He must have made a ton of movie off that Roadhouse movie.
Yeah.
Nobody
Plus,
watched
he's
that
got-
crappy movie.
Oh, I watched it.
yeah.
It wasn't as
watched
good as the first one, but he enters the movie butt naked.
Oh,
Just
so
this monster
that
ripped
turned you
dude. Like,
on? That's what kept you watching the movie.
oh, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, let's be real. I am not a gay man, but that is a specimen of male beauty. No, the man is chiseled out of marble for real. He is an amazing athlete.
Hey, Brian, I bet you was drinking Bud Light at the same time, too.
Exactly. My American flag started to turn rainbow colors. Like I can admire beauty without being sexually attracted to like David, the statue, is a great work of art of a nude man, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man, you know, with how the body works and everything. It's brilliance. No, the dude is freaking shredded. You can see like deep muscle tissue, the individual fibers. It's insane.
He's loaded, too. He's got a couple of pubs in Ireland and all that, too.
Whiskey business.
Doesn't
Yeah,
he keep
pub.
getting in trouble in Ireland for political views?
No, he's not in trouble. Actually, they're getting behind him over there. They want him to be the next prime minister over there, next president.
They have a
He's got a big
president or a
problem.
Prime Minister.
They've got a prime minister, but they've got a president as well.
See these. Okay. Do
I'm
they also
right
have a
here.
king and an emperor?
No, you got to realise Ireland's split
Well, they
in
do
two.
have a
You've
king.
got Ireland's split in two. Ireland's separate
Yes.
to Northern Ireland.
Yes,
Northern
different
Ireland's
countries.
part of the United Kingdom. Ireland's
Yes.
not. Ireland's completely separate.
Yes, which is something I've been meaning to bring up for a long time. Was everyone's talking about these migrants can come here and just poof get along. I was like, we had people coming from Ireland, to the two sides of Ireland, that would meet in New York City, and they would pick up their blood feud on the spot. And these guys lived a couple miles away from each other and had almost identical lifestyles, and were still ready
Yep.
to kill each other over something that they shouldn't have to worry about anymore.
Right.
You think people's
100%.
diametrically opposed views are going to just fit in?
Well, is it Boston or something that's very highly Irish populated?
South Boston,
Boston.
Southeast.
South Boston, yeah.
Was. It's becoming very less, not just Irish, but less white. Lot of folks named Mohammed.
Mm.
Yes. This is becoming something. See, this is something people don't realize. There are so many fucking Muslims on the planet. When you just let people in, a massive portion of them, no matter what, is going to be Muslim, right? Unless you take them from like Ukraine, where they got their Orthodox Catholicism. You know what I mean? Shit,
Yeah.
even if we would take migrants from England at this point, half of them would be freaking Islamic.
Well, funny you say that, mate. I was watching a Patrick Bet David podcast this morning. They were talking about in Canada, they reckon by 2060,
Yeah.
the Canadians are going to be outpopulated by Muslims.
Well, and see, the funny thing is
one-
Canada's doing it because they realize they need to increase the population, but it's like we need to increase our population, so make sure you have an abortion so we can import people that don't speak the language, you know? I don't know. We used to go get the best and the brightest on the planet and bring them here.
Mhm.
And even when we didn't do that, when we needed a population boom, we had Ellis Island to vet people. We didn't just let them in and say, well, we'll figure it out later.
But you know how Australia's getting our best and brightest? You know how we get our best and brightest? Well, and all these people coming to our country, get our spots in our universities and that, and our people, our Australian people, are getting pushed out of university. That's what's happening here. They're coming from India. They're coming from Southeast Asia.
Massachusetts is being sued by the federal government because they're giving in-state tuition to illegal aliens and not people that aren't from Massachusetts. So, like, you could be from Connecticut and you have to pay more for college in Massachusetts than a Nigerian national who was born in Nigeria, who's only been here for 6 months.
Same thing's happening here.
Yeah, it's like that has to be illegal. Like, you can't call it an in-state tuition as a benefit, then give it to everyone except for Americans. You know what I mean?
Mate, I tell all my friends that now, if you have kids, mate, send them to trade school. Let them become tradies. Make some money.
Yeah. I've been saying that for over a decade now. College is great if you want to be an engineer, a doctor, or a lawyer. But if you're going to end up working, learn a skill. You're going to get paid more than sitting in an office and having to have your pronouns attached to your emails. Because no one knows how to be a plumber or a welder anymore.
That's exactly right. You imagine how popular that's going to be very, very soon, mate.
They're aging out and no one's ready to replace them. So if you're the only guy in town who can weld, you're getting 100% of the business. You know?
Yeah, but you look at it too, mate. All these houses that were made or built and all that sort of stuff in these buildings, they were well young blokes. You, me, Brian, all that. Now look how old now they are now. All that infrastructure, those houses have to be replaced. They're not there. They're not made to be permanent. Kids coming through now, mate, they're going to, if they learn their trade now, they're going to be never out of work. Never out of work.
Yeah. See, that's the key is these youngins don't want to work. Instead of saying, I get to get all of the work, I can charge whatever I want because no one else can do it. They say, no, I want to sit in an office and not actually do anything. I want to have AI do my job for me. It's like, if you can get AI to do your job for you, sooner or later, your boss is going to realize that. You know?
100%. But it's the way the Western society's going. Like, not getting way off the subjects of that too long. Western society now going screen time, screen time, screen time. Everything's on a screen. When I was younger, and you guys are younger, we were out with footballs. We were out on our bikes. We were out doing things out in nature. You know what I mean? We come home for tea when the street lights come on.
Tea.
My parents didn't see me until the lights come on.
Well, if I tried to sit at home and like play Nintendo or something,
I wasn't
my
allowed.
parents would unplug, be like, "Go outside. It's a nice day. Go do something stupid." You know?
Same thing, yeah. Same thing here in Australia, mate. We knew where all the action was, where all the push bikes were out in front of somebody's house.
Well, that's
There's
how you
4 or
knew where all
5
your friends were. That's where all the bikes were piled up, right?
That's it. That's where the action was.
Oh, everyone's at Steve's place. All right. You know?
So, Steve's mum would be
course
too
they're at
busy making
Steve's house.
sandwiches.
Yeah, of course they're at Steve's house. It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit out, and he's got a pool. You
Yeah,
know?
let's go. Let's go see Steve.
Yeah. Plus, his mom's probably wearing that tiny bathing suit she wears. You know?
When Dad's not home.
Yeah, making us lemonade and cookies.
Yeah, that's it, mate. It's a universal thing. That was beautiful.
So Crockett says that we owe everything as a nation to black women. Really, how many black women can you name in the history of the United States that isn't current history off the top of your head? Because I can come up with Rosa Parks. I don't know if I can come up with anything else besides that. And her big contribution was not standing up and moving. So the stereotypical laziness,
Yeah.
which don't get me wrong, that's cracking a joke. But
Yeah.
what do we owe to these black women, and why?
Isn't Jasmine Crockett on the way out? Didn't she get primaried out?
Yeah,
She's only got
Pritzker.
12 months ago, isn't it? Is it less than 12 months or something?
Yeah, she got primaried out by Pritzker after the redistricting. And did you hear that she wouldn't endorse Pritzker? Instead, she said, "I'm doing better. I'm endorsing a whole bunch of black men no one's heard of. That's going to bring out the black vote. And that means he's going to get the votes because they're just going to vote down ticket." And I was like, so what you're telling me is that these black Americans are going to show up to vote for people they've never heard of. They don't know anything about simply because they're black. That could you imagine? And that's was her argument. Could you imagine if an actual Republican actually said, "Oh, we'll just run a white person, then all the white people will vote for him"? Could you imagine the chaos? And they say it all the time. Like, show me an example. Show me when someone actually said that.
Right.
You know, they can never find it. Yeah, very Saul Alinsky. Was this South Carolina? I think. Guard did an Apache helicopter low flyover of the beach for the 4th of July, and everyone except for one woman
Loved it.
Loved it. Like, oh, this is nuts. You know. Of course, Karen had to complain. So these pilots got suspended. It was more complicated than they made it sound. They weren't removed from the guard temporarily. They were just grounded for whatever reason. And oh my good, so many politicians, to include Trump, came out, and Hegseth, the Secretary of War, came out and was like, "Are you kidding me? These guys should be cheered for. Like, that's a great show of force and freedom on the 4th." So yeah, their suspensions have been lifted. Once the Secretary of War says you're wrong, even a guard unit has to do what he says, right?
Yeah.
Just any reason to bitch, huh?
Yep.
Here you go, Brian. More Americans that hate America, which is crazy because all these Europeans loved it so much that they don't want to. Did you see the videos of these people literally crying because they have to go back home?
Yeah.
Tons of them out there. But then you got this woman like this Baker.
Yep. She's facing backlash for an anti-MAGA 4th of July Facebook post. I'm like, I mean, this person's running a business. Doesn't she realize that conservatives and Republicans buy stuff from bakeries too?
I love that. That's going to be our go-to, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep. Republicans buy cupcakes too.
Exactly.
They don't
And it's-
understand the cancel culture, do they? They brought it on themselves.
Yeah, they invented it. And this isn't even like cancel, like you shouldn't be allowed to do this stuff. We're just not going to buy your product then, you know?
Yeah.
Just like what happened with Supergirl. She's like, you white Christian dads, this movie's not for you. So like, okay, we won't go.
We won't go.
What was up with this racist white Christian dads who didn't show up? Like, you asked us not to. We respected
Right.
your wishes. No
Yep,
means
exactly.
no, bitch.
Uh-huh.
It's like, so does no not mean no? Because this is going to change everything you've told me for my entire life, okay?
Yeah.
And then exactly that shit. Then you see these women coming out in their 30s, like, why aren't men approaching women anymore? It's because you blast them on fucking TikTok and Instagram for being pervos and skeeves.
Yep.
It's like, why would they even go near you? It's up to you at this point, ladies, to go meet men. Because they think this Tinder thing, like, they think spreading their legs is going to get them a husband. I'm like, no, that's going to get you fucked. Okay? The guy who you want to marry isn't banging random bitches on TikTok. He's looking for a wife.
Right.
Mate, once they come out with the nippless bra, it's all downhill from there.
The what now?
The nippless bra, you know, they cover them up.
Oh, God. Yeah.
That guy, whoever invented that, needs to be taken out back and flogged.
Why would you do that? It's oh, but you're a pervert. No, that let us know she was actually interested in talking to me. Yeah, right?
It saved me about $30 at the bar, didn't it?
Yeah. Instead of blowing my entire paycheck, just feeding her and giving her drinks, at least I knew if it was going on a second date, you know?
I knew how good I was going. Indicators, mate. Indicators.
Yeah. You got your high beams on. They're looking around, you know?
Those are the days.
Did you see this terror plot, I guess, that was foiled by the FBI in Nevada?
The transgender suspect?
Yeah. Found in a stolen SUV or truck full of automatic rifles. Dude, this person had a fucking grenade launcher. Where do you get a grenade launcher? Like, I guarantee this person did not have a permit to purchase and own a grenade launcher. Because yes, you can legally, but it's not a simple process. Okay, and it's very easy to be disqualified from, which tells me this person got this black market, which could be Russian, could be, from the Middle East somewhere, or it was more than likely stolen from a United States military base.
Right.
Thank God the FBI stopped this from being carried out. Could you imagine the mayhem you could carry out with an automatic rifle and a grenade launcher? Dear God, you may as well just have a mortar and just start lobbing artillery from a half mile away. You know what I mean?
Damn, it's a scary thought. Johnny Rambo can do it. This guy could. Welcome to Tumu. So if Johnny Rambo can do it, this guy could.
Yeah. Well, Johnny Rambo also King Shit Cop started it.
It's always Brian Dennehy. Always Brian Dennehy.
Oh, that was such a great movie, though. It really was. When he blew up the police station. Oh man, I was just trying to get something in charge.
The sideways now.
Yeah, over the 4th in Boston, 13 were shot and 2 are dead. Chicago do I have the Chicago numbers here? Oh, I don't. I thought I did. Chicago had way more. Actually, over 4th of July weekend, more Black Americans were shot and killed by Black Americans just over the weekend than Americans have died in this entire Iran conflict. So guess how many Americans have died in this Iran conflict so far?
Not very many.
What's that?
13?
9.
9? Oh, close.
9. And they're like, we're losing American lives. Like, you lost more in Chicago yesterday. Okay, apparently it's safer to be in war in Iran than to live in Chicago. Just a heads up, folks. Unless, of course, you're Irani. And I think you shared this one, Brian. I'm not sure about Sunny Hostin.
Yes.
She's getting triggered by the American flag, I guess, on the
Yep.
4th of July weekend.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Does she explain why, or is it just because I hate this country?
I think it's because she hates this country, even though it's paying her bills, making her extremely wealthy.
Well, I love when these folks like it's the worst country on the planet. Let's make sure we let more migrants in to come in here and to be raped and pillaged and turned into slaves because we're slave drivers over here. Like, if it's so terrible, why would you want more people to come here and be taken advantage of, persecuted, harvested?
I find it funny how she calls Trump a felon. Their old man, has he gone to prison yet?
Yeah, technically speaking, you're not a felon until the sentence is handed down.
Yep.
So yeah, but these folks don't know. Just like they say, Trump's been found guilty of rape, and that's just not true. Now
No,
he
he's
was
definitely
ordered.
fucking right.
He was ordered to pay out with the $5 million to E. Jean Carroll. But here's the thing that they'll even say that. Well, why is you paying her? I was like, I don't know. How many times have you ever heard of a rapist paying the victim instead of going to prison? Civil courts is where you get settlements.
Yep.
Criminal courts is where you go to prison. Okay? People
Yeah.
just don't understand this.
Haven't they got the DOJ investigating now for her lies?
Yes. Well, I mean, she lied about all sorts of stuff. She was supposedly wearing a dress that didn't come out till like 10 years later. I can't remember the name of the store. It was one of them big, expensive department stores or whatever that's always packed, but no one was there that day, you know?
Yeah.
She refuses to fly because it's terrifying. She flew there to testify, you know? She refuses to even go up a set of stairs except her bedroom's on the second floor. It's like, no, it's just like none of your stuff makes sense. And the court's like, I don't care. I don't care. Fuck Trump.
That's exactly
Believe
what
all
happened.
women.
Yep.
Yep. And that's something I want to bring about Platinum when it comes to it, because they're saying it's because of this rape allegation. This is like the 5th rape allegation. That had nothing to do with it. It's the fact that he wasn't going to win. And the
Right.
Democrats cut him off.
And he
like
wasn't
a fuck-
convicted, and they've got a 20-year statute of limitations on
even civil cases.
sexual harassment, rape, that kind of thing in Maine. They just raised it up to 20 years. So that still falls in with the statute of limitations.
There you go. Hey, remember that tranny Democrat in where was it? Wisconsin or something, I think. Which is, you think Wisconsin, you don't think far left progressive, do you?
No.
Yeah, Teja de la Ruel, who once volunteered in the campaign of Wisconsin Democrat socialist Katrina DeVille, posted several videos calling for the trans jihad, kill your local Republican. Has been outed. The name is out there. I got a message from Claire. Nope, it's an attachment of some guy talking about something. I was like, oh, as we're talking about trans people, I'm getting messages from
Right. Yeah.
our token transgender. But I don't know. Yes, you have freedom to speak, but you don't have the right to assemble violence or call for murder, do you?
No.
I didn't see much in this article besides who it is, but I'm wondering if there's going to be charges filed, Oh, did you see this? What was it, DC? Where was it Patriot Prayer? Did their protest thing on the 4th. And everyone's like, oh, they're a bunch of white supremacists. And I was like, all right, I don't know much about Patriot Prayer, but I genuinely doubt they're white supremacists. Everyone's a white supremacist according to these people. But they got a picture of this black woman on the bus, and they're calling her the new Rosa Parks. Because, check this out, because all of the dudes in Patriot Prayer were polite and were like standing up, made sure she got a seat. let her sit down, whatever. And they're all just standing up on the bus, riding the bus. Other passengers said it felt safer than usual because
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
was too terrified to do anything.
It was convenient that there was a photographer on board to take pictures.
Yes, and then her criminal record came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, she poops and pees on the bus and the trains. She does it in the road. Steals, all sorts of lewd and lascivious behavior. This is just not a model person. And how come every fucking fight the left picks, they always bet on the wrong horse? Like you could have picked anyone at random, and it would have been a better pick than who they pick. How is that possible?
What they do, they jump in to get the sensationalism of the story.
Then
the
they
facts
move
come
on,
in,
hoping everyone doesn't pay attention.
Then the facts come out afterwards.
Yeah. And then you prove that they're wrong. Like, oh, who's even talking about that? It's like, you called literally everyone Nazis because of this. It's like, you wonder why they're pissed off at you because you already forgot what you said yesterday.
With all those feds on the bus, she's in the safest position she could be in.
Yeah. It's like, nothing's going to happen here.
You're going to get home safe, darling.
Yeah. All right. So the trans furry lover of Tyler Robinson did a video testimony, I guess, for this trial. Oh, pointed the finger right at Tyler Robinson for killing Charlie Kirk. Like, dude left me a note saying this is what I'm gonna go do. Came home after it was done and said, "Oh man, I really wish I hadn't done that." Went out and bragged to everyone about it. That's how this dude's father managed to turn him in. And you still have people like Candace Owens. Did you see she recently just accused Ben Shapiro of hiring a hitman to kill Charlie Kirk?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And it's like, what kind of crazy drugs are you on, and where can I get some? Oh my crime!
She's going to have a lawsuit against her so big.
Oh, she's gonna get sued into oblivion by everyone all at the same time.
Yep.
If she even steps foot in France, she's gonna be taken into custody and sued, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she said Bridget Macron's a man, and you're not allowed to do that in France, which I thought it was funny, honestly. For a couple of reasons, especially because she got so offended. I'm like, but I thought trans women are women. And there's no difference. So what difference does it make? You know?
Right.
But yeah, of course not. Megyn Kelly was even stunned over the hearing, which I'm a little surprised because Megyn Kelly usually pays enough attention to not be shocked by what was coming out, you know? But she's not working for a news network anymore. She's doing podcasts with like Dave Rubin. So, you know, gotta sensationalize it to get them clicks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this was in Ireland, I believe. She was an American living in Ireland. Is what it is, I believe. Yeah, she's from New York, living in Ireland. Yeah, she was murdered in her home late Monday or early Tuesday, and the alleged suspect is her Arab illegal immigrant boyfriend, who is now on the run, and her 13-year-old daughter found her dead body beaten to death in the house.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you advocated to make sure this man could be here, and then he beat you to death.
Yeah.
Made
Yeah,
your
she was
bed,
a
now lying
protester.
it forever.
Oh, she was a professional protester, and he bludgeoned her to death in bed, and he pulled a duvet over the top of her and left her there.
Yeah. It's like, wow. And the thing is, no one's going to learn a lesson from this. It's like-
I'm sorry, mate. It might sound inhumane. I got no pity for her whatsoever.
I mean, I don't want her beaten to
daughter?
death, but well, it's crazy. You see a couple couples in the United States, like their daughter was raped and murdered. They're like, "Oh, we can't stop the migrants from coming in." I was like, "They raped and killed your kid, and you want more?"
Yep, that's why I don't feel no pity, mate. They know what's going on with these rape gangs in England and that.
Oh,
They know it.
yeah.
They know it.
Two-tier Kier. He's out of
Yep.
office now, though, isn't he?
Will be soon. Soon.
Okay.
By the end of
Does
July.
Resigning or ousted?
He was ousted, but he's resigning. resigning for the papers, for the press, ousted by his party.
Yeah, I believe they haven't had a prime minister finish out a single term in over a decade.
Yeah, you're correct. They're going through 7 prime ministers, I believe.
Well, no wonder why nothing's getting done. You know what I mean? It's like you keep changing the direction you're going halfway there, and you turn around, go back the other way, then turn around, go back the other way. No wonder why nothing's getting done.
Yeah. Did you hear about the
There's-
bonfire in Northern Ireland?
The big one they do every year.
Yeah. Did you hear about that this year?
I heard about it. Did something in particular happen this time?
Yeah, when they built it, they put a playhouse of a mosque on top.
Oh no! Oh no!
And they torched it before July the 12th, where they normally do it, because they heard the authorities had come to take it down. And there was a mosque on top, so they've lit it up.
So they have no freedom of speech.
That's what they're saying. We're taking it back. That was the whole point about it. We're taking
Even if it's
Ireland back.
hateful, you still have a right to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly
I mean,
right.
I still think it should be illegal to burn the American flag, but it's your right to do. It's freedom of speech. The problem is these idiots don't realize you can't set a fire in a fucking public space. You know, like, I'm allowed to burn the flag. It's like, yeah, but you can't light a fire in the park.
That's
Right.
right.
It's like, do it in your driveway.
Do it in your kitchen.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. Would you do it in your house? No, why not? Because it might burn my house down.
There goes my insurance.
Jeez. No, I swear. Dumb as a box of rocks. You know what I mean? But at least a box of rocks serves a purpose. You have a box full of rocks in case you need to throw them at idiots like this.
Yeah, so they burn it. They burned it prior to July the 12th, and the mosque was on top, and she went down, mate. It was beautiful to watch.
No depiction of Muhammad to burn too.
Nah, just a beautiful mosque.
Oh my god.
It fell from the top of the bloody pallets.
Yeah, that's a big one. It's funny because I hear about it all the time. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's this huge." Like nowhere else in the world does this. Like, have you ever heard of Burning Man? It's a big deal. People come from all over the world for it. You know. Oh, check this out. There's this town in Poland, right? That does a 4th of July reenactment every year. There's like 40 people that get involved. And it's because there was a TV series that was popular there a couple years ago of this Polish girl who inherited a house in Ohio and went to go live there. And that's what the story was about. So these people, like they are in a trailer park, like they look like white trash Americans. Some of them are like business suits going to work. They do like boxing matches at night. They even like recreate freaking Breaking Bad, like cooking meth in the trailer. And I'm like, oh my god, these guys are having a ton of fun with their cosplay. All right. Jenny Rackicott, I guess is her name, right? Is the newest accuser of Graham Plattner. Saying this is not politically motivated, but if that's the case, how come she didn't bring this up before he got the nomination to be a senator?
Exactly.
And like I said, she's like the 4th or 5th, and they're acting as if he's lost his support because of the sex accusation. I was like, his evidence, he was soliciting minors on the internet through an app. And you were okay with that. His wife had filed multiple restraining orders against him. You were okay with that. 4 other women had accused him of rape and beating them, and you were okay with that. He wore a Nazi tattoo for 18 years,
Okay
and you were
with
okay
that.
with that. No, it's the fact that he wasn't going to win, and the Democrats forced him out. Like everyone dropped support. Even Bernie Sanders came out and said something about it. Stephen King quietly removed his post, saying, "I'm never going to pull my support of this guy." It's
Right.
just interesting, But here's the problem, Brian. Now, once again, the people have voted for the Democrat Party, right, with their nomination.
Yeah.
And the Democrat Party said, no, we're going to install our own candidate instead.
Right.
That's what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, they did it for Biden.
They did it to, yeah. And I love that people, no, I voted for Kamala in the primary. I was like, no, you didn't. There was no primary.
Never.
Biden ran unopposed.
Yep.
And as soon as it was
Same with
locked in
Kamala.
place, he dropped out and handed it to Kamala Harris.
Yep.
And that's a big reason why she didn't get a bunch of the votes. It's like nobody, no, what? You could have run anyone else. AOC would have done better than this woman.
Right.
At least she's nice to look at sometimes. You know what I mean?
Well, interesting you say that. DAJ are looking into Biden handing over funds to Kamala when she was running.
Oh, that was brought up right when it happened too.
Yeah, they're looking into it right now. So we talk about it.
I think that's the hunk of crap I've been trying to get out of my nose for 10 minutes. That's gross. Sorry about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, apparently they're taking it a bit further.
So I hope something actually happens.
Something's got to come out. There's got to be arrests now. After what Trump promised, there's got to be arrests.
Problem is, you can make all the arrests in the world if the justice system doesn't do their part and just says no and lets them back out. Like with the Massachusetts and the Wisconsin judge. What's the point of even making the arrest?
Oh, 100%. You know, look at these federal judges, what they're doing. You know, like, I'm glad they've been stopped, but they're still trying, aren't they?
Especially with them universal injunctions that the Supreme Court had to step in. Like, you cannot make a decision for the entire country. As a judge, you're only allowed to make a decision on what's on the table, not, national policy now. You're not fucking Congress. You don't get to write and change the law. And Boasberg in particular, right?
Yep. He gets on all the cases.
Fascinating how he always gets on these cases, isn't it?
It sure is.
How come no one else is bringing this up besides us? Have you heard, even No Agenda, have they brought up how it's always the same judge?
No, they haven't.
Are we the only ones who noticed this?
I guess.
How are we so far ahead of everyone else all the time, Brian?
I don't know.
It's because we're from the future. We got the repeat offender over there sneaking us info. He is ethical, though. He will not give me the lottery numbers.
No.
I'm holding out a bit longer for that, lads.
You out?
No, I'm holding out a bit longer to give you the numbers.
We're at 600 million here, so.
Ooh.
Well, I heard that.
I just bought my tickets for tonight.
You know, we can actually
buy
buy
2 tickets.
We can actually buy tickets in your lottery.
Huh.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by that at all. Probably only the federal, though, not the state-run lotteries.
Well, you can get. I'm not quite sure about that, but you can get onto New South Wales lotteries here, and they're sort of got the license for it, the state government, to get on the lotteries throughout the world.
Interesting. How many other countries have lottery systems similar to the United States?
Oh, Australia, England.
Yeah. Well, like they draw the numbers, and you might win $500 million or something crazy.
Yeah, it's right throughout the world, mate.
I've never bought a lottery ticket overseas.
What pays for education?
Yeah, government run.
Yes, which is hilarious because it's technically gambling and it's illegal for anyone else to do something like that except for the government.
Yep.
Not thanks to Kelsey.
Kelsey Grammer?
Kalshi.
Oh, Kelsey. Yeah. I'm gonna get into Kelsey in a little bit, actually. But yeah, Joy Behar was saying that she and I want to say Anna Navarro both said they would hold their nose and vote Plattner until the rest of the party turned their back on him. And they're like, "Oh no, he's a bad man." Huh?
Are they Maine residents? Does Joy Behar live in Maine?
No, she said she would if she was.
Well, that's stupid.
Now that the rest of the party was like, no, they're like, oh no, this guy's bad. He's been bad from the start. And it's hilarious. Like, if only there was some kind of clue he was a bad guy. Who could have known?
There was lots of clues.
But yeah, she compared it to Ted Kennedy in the Chappaquiddick defense. How a minor or a young lady, whatever, fell into the river and drowned, and he just rolled out and left her to dead.
Nothing happened to him.
Yeah, and they're like, so what? You do bad shit. You still vote my way. It's like maybe you do bad shit too. You know?
Yeah.
And Seattle's having a big old issue with the crime going on right now in the China and International District because
It
they
used to be
moved
called
all.
Chinatown.
Yes,
How was
exactly.
it?
But that was offensive. It was
But
offensive.
yeah, because there's so much crime in Chinatown that all the tourists that are coming for the World Cup are not coming to Chinatown and spending their money.
That's because they cleared up the areas around the stadium and the
And they put them all
other
in
big spots
Chinatown.
and dumped them a couple of blocks away in Chinatown
Yep.
and said, shoot your heroin up over here. Don't let the cameras see you at the
And
World
word
Cup.
got out about that, and so none of the tourists coming to Seattle are venturing away from the stadiums very far because it's not safe.
And not just that, you're the guy running a shop. Who's coming to your shop? Even locals, if they could go to
Right.
the other street over instead.
Right.
Like, why do I want to step over used hypodermic needles? I shouldn't have to look out for hypodermic needles going to the bodega, right?
Right.
But yeah, her communist policies are doing so amazingly well, with all this free shit that she's asked every single budgetary
department.
item, every department in the entire city to reduce their budget by 5 to 10% to be able to
Keep the funds a flowing.
because they chased out all of the money. I mean, they chased out all the billionaires, most of the millionaires, and said, goodbye, ha 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 ha, we don't need you.
Right.
We'll just tax the people that make way less money than you instead. You know?
Right.
And the thing is, what gets me is like, oh, who cares if a billionaire leaves? Oh, we lose their tax. Like, no, now you just lost how many jobs with the business he took with him?
Yep.
How many of you assholes worked for Starbucks when they packed up and rolled out, and your 6-figure job working in an office just poof vanished? So
Yep.
now not only are you not taxing the billionaire, you're not taxing the business
Right.
for the payroll taxes. You're not getting an income payroll tax from the employees. They're not spending money because they're not making money, which means there's no sales tax paid and money brought into another system where employees can be paid down the line. Trickle down economics, okay, folks?
That doesn't work.
This is the theory behind it because
It doesn't
money
work,
in the
they
economy.
say.
Well, then where's the money come from? Does it?
Yeah.
Do golden unicorns come down rainbows and fart $100 bills onto people?
I wish.
It baffles me that they don't understand basic economics. And AOC is a prime example. She got an economics degree at UMass, and she's a socialist. Demand your money back if you went to UMass for economics.
Good luck getting it.
But what did she get kicked out of Amazon there? Amazon lost 20,000.
She chased it.
She chased it out of New York.
Yeah, they were going to put in a giant distribution plant in New York, and they offered.
No,
them
they're
going
going
to
to put in a second headquarters.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and they offered him a huge tax break. They're like, come build here for like 5 years. We'll tax you at like 3/4 or whatever. But it turned into like a $10 billion tax break. And AOC, being the dumbass she is, thought we were literally going to pay Amazon $10 billion to come
So it
here.
went to Northern Virginia instead.
Yeah, but the thing is, even with the $10 billion tax break, they were still going to pay taxes.
Yeah,
They were just
because there were going to be employees and people earning
They were
money.
still going to they were going to pay more than $10 billion anyway.
Yeah.
Over the years. This was just supposed to be able to help them get set up and build their infrastructure and actually get it up and running. Because exactly, how many employees do you need? How big a building do you need? What kind of permits and zoning do you need? How much money needs to be spent to make this happen? Which would be all tax money pouring into New York City.
Right.
But she chased it away. And exactly, now Northern Virginia is making all of that money instead.
Yep.
This one really got me, dude.
I didn't know that colleges in California had a military weapons stockpile.
Well, it turns out now these guys have stun grenades. They have the sonic weapons that like military folk call the voice of God. All sorts of stuff that temporarily blinds you
Mhm.
And the law says they're only allowed to have this stuff in their arsenal if it is absolutely necessary to be able to keep the population safe from the violence and the crime.
So
So,
they're expecting another college uprising like happened in the 60s?
well, it sounds like it already happened, because if they already have this stuff, that means they have to prove that to be able to get this equipment, they have to have proven that it's not safe, so it's needed. But they've been telling us that the shit's not happening and it's perfectly safe. And then the
Mhm.
colleges go out and file paperwork saying it's so dangerous. I need freaking stun grenades I can
Yeah.
launch
We
100
need
yards into a
tanks.
crowd.
We need
Yeah,
tanks.
yeah, exactly. We need Tiananmen Square tanks over here, folks. All right. Just start shooting into the crowd. That'll fix it. All right. I don't care. This El Said guy, he's a bag of trash. Even Mehdi Hassan called him out
This
for
could have won.
lying.
He's a Michigan running. He's running for Senate in Michigan. That should have
Yeah,
been
he's a
under
bag.
Michigan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
didn't put the two
And he
together. I just
he
know.
deflected every single question when they asked him why he's calling himself a physician when he doesn't
He
have
has
any
no
medical degree whatsoever.
or permits or licenses to do any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like he flat out lied to the people to get votes.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. And now, what did I say was going to happen? Because all of the betting markets were saying that there's going to be a blue wave, right?
Right.
I said that's not going to happen because they're going to have to turn like 4 seats and take Alaska.
Right.
I was like, no way it's going to happen. Now, if only I had a VPN and had placed bets a couple months ago saying
But are they
that
going to keep the house too?
Yep.
I say they're going to keep the House and the Senate.
Okay.
I reckon they will.
I not only that, they're going to pick up seats. They're running
Redistricting.
they're running nut jobs like Plattner, and you got what they're doing in New York City with all these commies and socialists.
Yeah.
Most of the
Redistricting and bloody gerrymandering,
Mhm.
that's taking care of a lot of votes there.
Yeah, and we called that too, Brian,
Yep.
with the gerrymandering issue. That if the Democrats want to really get into this, because like Texas is doing this, they're claiming, XYZ reason. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people told me that's illegal. It's like it's absolutely not illegal. It's just uncommon to do it mid-decade. But we said as soon as the Democrats try to get into this game, they're done because they've already gerrymandered their states to the max. They cannot get more seats out. Maybe a
Right.
couple here and a couple there. And then, lucky for them, a handful of Republican states were like, no, we're not doing it. But yeah. How many did they pick up in Texas? Like 4 seats, the Republicans?
Yeah.
It wasn't in Virginia. They tried it there too, but then they got knocked on the head.
What's that?
Didn't the Democrats try it in Virginia?
They tried. Virginia Supreme Court stopped that.
Yeah. Knocked
Yep.
it down pretty quickly.
Massachusetts threatened to do it, which I laughed about because they have 100% Democrat representation. If you
I don't know
went,
how they're gonna get 102.
well, no, what they want to do is go and do a census and count all the illegal aliens that they shipped out of Martha's Vineyard into Worcester
They should have
and
kept them
dumped
on
in
Martha's
Boston.
Vineyard.
Well, they're not in Martha's Vineyard. No, they're in Boston and Worcester now. But yeah, it's like, dude, if you guys go and redistrict to Massachusetts, you might accidentally get a Republican elected. You know, it's like,
Exactly.
oh my cripes. Okay, so why did Trump use the old Air Force One out of Turkey instead of
They're
the new
saying
one?
that it was because security. He said one thing, but Secret Service said that it doesn't have the same security precautions and tools that the old Air Force One has. But
Okay,
he
so
said it was for the troops in England to get a chance to see the new Air Force One.
yeah. Why haven't they upgraded this thing to be just as efficient as the old one then?
I don't think we had the time for it.
Maybe you shouldn't be flying around in it. You know what I mean?
Well, also,
Threats from Iran.
Trump is enemy number one in Iran, so
Or they've been trying to
Threats
kill
from
him for a
Iran.
while.
Threats from Iran, I reckon.
Turkey's a lot closer to Iran than the United States, so
Yes, and that was actually why they flew him out. And did you see he left instructions in case they're successful?
I
He left
saw the article. I didn't read it yet.
well, it's let's be realistic. If Iran successfully assassinates the president of the United States,
They will cease to exist as a country.
the hellfire that would rain down on Iran would be unseen since World War II. No way.
JD Vance and not gonna Hedgepeth and JD Vance are gonna just rain all royal hell on them.
Not just that, Congress would actually full on declare war and
Maybe.
say go do it and send the Marines to do it. There's no way you cannot let anyone get away with assassinating the president because that just makes us look weak. Like, oh, that sucks to be us. I guess we're Venezuela. They just at least we didn't even kill that guy. We just went and grabbed him like yoink. Quit being a bitch. You know?
I think when Trump was going to fly out, they had in Iran the supreme leader, what they call him, Ayatollah or whatever it was. That was his funeral.
Hey,
That was
Soleimani.
going on at the time.
But nobody knows where he's at.
Oh yeah, his little pieces everywhere.
I was
Well,
gonna
not
say,
him, but
most of them is, I think.
the gay Ayatollah hasn't
son.
been seen since he became Ayatollah.
Yeah, but didn't
Yeah.
he lose a leg or something? Was one of the rumors or something like that?
I reckon he's
Yeah, he
dead.
didn't even show up for his own kids and wife's funeral.
Yeah, I think he's dead too. I think repeat offender is correct here. I think he's dead, and they're just trying to save face.
And that's why they can't come up with any decisions in this peace deal. You got so many people pulling it. The IRGC, you got the commander of the IRGC, you got whatever's left that Trump left in office, what he chose to leave there behind. Mate, they know exactly where. You guys just bombed 90 targets. Do you realise that?
Yeah, and they said it's going to
After Iran
continue until they give in, and well, because they
Yeah, but we're not
Just-
bombing any civilian infrastructure. Most
No,
of the
it's targets.
population in Iran don't even know there's a war going on.
Yep,
They're
I'm
still
saying-
going to
100%.
work. They're still doing their normal routines. It's not like Ukraine, where Kiev's being bombarded daily, and the people in
And Moscow.
in the capital there know it.
Yeah, and Moscow's getting bombed too. But the thing
No,
is,
Trump-
about it, you know,
Trump told Ukraine to bomb deep in the heart of Russia into Moscow, and I was like, let's just not be involved. The whole point of Ukraine was to be a buffer between Russia and NATO. Leave it the fuck alone. You know what I mean?
Ukraine's got a license to make bloody Patriot missiles now. But in Iran, did
saw
you notice one thing about that? No boots on the ground. And they're killing it. Hegseth and bloody Trump are killing it in Iran. People don't understand. You got this fake media
If
rubbish
we
from
were
the
really
bloody
killing
Democrats.
it, the war would have been over already.
No, but
I
the
don't-
issue is there's no centralized control. So all you need is one of these fucking military leaders to launch a missile again and take
Yep.
out 3 ships in the strait. And they're like, all right, ceasefire's over. We're gonna blow up more of your missile sites.
Yeah.
Well, Trump said that last deal's off the table. Will never be back on what they gave Iran last time.
Yeah,
He said
yeah,
that's
it's
it,
gonna be
that's
worse
all.
this time.
And he
And
said,
shoot-
when they attacked Cargo Island too,
He
Maybe.
says a lot of things. I don't think he'll ever do that.
I reckon he'll take Cargo Island. I reckon he'll take it.
Who is it? One of these Irani allies, I can't remember who it was, came out and said they didn't like the idea of Iran charging a fee to go the Strait of Hormuz either, saying it's not yours. You can't
Was
charge
it Qatar?
people. It might have been Qatar. I'm not sure. Which is also the big thing that made me nervous about the Qataris sending an Air Force One to the United States. I'm like, ugh. Have fun debugging that, looking for listening devices and manual override switches or the off switch. You know what I mean?
I mean, they're one of our closest allies in the Middle East now.
Yep.
Yeah. Italy's friend has communications and trade deal with Iran, don't they? They're not allies, but like they get along well enough that they can. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, what you're saying about the war in Iran, that like, yeah, you're right. Your average person there doesn't even realize what's going on. That's the same thing what happened in the last, like 3 Egyptian civil wars. You know,
Right.
people would go to work, they'd go eat lunch, and down the street there'd be conflict with 20 guys shooting at 20 guys. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, there's a new government in Egypt, and the Egyptians are like, when did that happen? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the resumed bombing, oil prices have already jumped 5%. I topped off my tanks and my gas cans immediately after hearing that they attacked ships again, because I knew exactly what that meant. And
I
it's
drove to
crazy
Indiana to
because
get gas yesterday.
much cheaper.
Dollar and a gallon cheaper.
Jeez. Yeah, bring all your gas cans and fill all of them up too, right?
Yep.
How far are you from Indiana?
Half hour.
Well, that's not so bad. You could find an excuse to go out there for dinner if you really wanted to get the gas prices, right?
Yep.
Oh, man. All right. Oh, and check this out. Trump's going to be removing Syria as a state sponsor of terror, and this will be the first time since 1979.
Do they have a Syrian government now?
I thought it was still ISIS.
I thought
So,
so
I mean,
too.
I guess ISIS has officially moved to Libya and become ISIL.
I
You
saw.
know? Well, didn't Obama call them ISIL and
Yeah, he
ISIS,
did.
depending
Yeah.
on where they
Yeah.
were?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh, my God. Yeah, and what Trump had all but eradicated them under his first term. Then Biden was like, oh, that wasn't a fart. And they got popular again. And apparently China is trying to flex their naval power for political coercion as if they're protecting the world's tradeways. If that were the case, they would be over here doing something about Iran shutting down the Strait of Hormuz, especially because China gets what
Their oil.
40% of their oil from Iran. You think they'd be like, knock it the fuck off? We can't pay you. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, just done some missile testing in the Pacific.
Yeah.
China.
Yeah, exactly. And man, too many people are underestimating the Chinese. There's so many of them. Okay, like let's be real. There's so even sheer numbers. There must be a ton of brilliant geniuses who know how to make crazy weapons, right? Just sheer numbers of people. They're making crazy technology over there, and they're mostly keeping it to themselves. And let's be real, all of these electronics you're buying, you know all of this shit's listening to you, and you know it as a fact because you'll be talking to your buddy at the bar about a television you're thinking about buying because you need a new TV, and then you open your phone, there's 5 commercials for different televisions. You know, it's like you know as a fact that this is happening. You don't think China's just going yoink, yoink, taking all of your information left and right?
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on here, mate, around this region. Because with your guys' help in Australia, we just signed a treaty with Fiji and we've done one with Vanuatu. And this is part of the Chinese belt plan that they had to get in the Pacific Ocean area.
Yeah, that's exactly the key is that the United States needs to step in and offer better deals to these nations than China will.
Yeah. They're offering infrastructure. They're buying and building their infrastructure. Then they're putting bases there. And that's when you guys got with us.
Islands to put bases on.
Yeah, that's when you guys got in with us. Because that's what's we're starting to reinforce our military ties to all these island nations. Like they're not going to offer much. They're not going to offer much at all. But the thing is, we've got to stop Chinese input getting in there. Because once they're in there, mate, you're not going to get them out.
No.
Well, it's probably too late already because we have international surrogacy services here in the United States. Trump needs to make that illegal immediately because these Chinese folks can literally have an American woman carry their child in the States. And once the kid's healthy, send it back. That kid's still an American citizen.
Yep, he can be president.
Can be president 35 years.
Yep.
That has to be stopped. You have to say international surrogacy is illegal because of birthright citizenship. That's a good enough argument for me.
Yeah.
And I love that you hear a lot of these lefties like, well, it's already illegal. Birth tourism is already illegal. And it's like, yes, you're right. And so is a fucking murder. That doesn't mean it's not happening. Okay.
Exactly.
National security override everything.
Only in a time of war, because apparently in World War II, we got away with rounding up the Chinese and putting them in essentially concentration camps. But we weren't working them to death or gassing them,
Right.
but we rounded them up. It's like, well, we don't know who's a spy and who's not. Like, we're not going to put you to work in the weapons factory to blow it up, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how much you guys have studied the French resistance during World War II, but they went to work helping like make weapons for the Germans and like blew the weapons factories up from the inside before France actually managed to start fighting again.
Oh wow.
We can rip on France for surrendering so easily, and they did in World War One too, actually, so easily. But at least the locals fought back until the government could pull its head out of its ass and figure out what to do. Instead of going, oh, I guess they're not. The Germans are just here. I guess I should learn German. You know?
We did the same thing with the Italians here during World War II.
Okay.
We round up all the Italian population, put them in a place called Silver City.
All right. Interesting what happened with Italy in World War II. All right, they switched sides. And then like, oh crap, the Axis powers are losing. Quick, let's be allies. You know?
Mate, you think about it, but like with the Germans and the Japanese and that, geez, they've done some damage, eh? Like they basically took on the world. The Italians really did nothing. The Italians only wanted Africa.
They tried to just get on board because they thought the Germans and the Japanese were going to win.
Yeah, 100%.
We want a piece of the pie too.
Yeah.
And then, well, realistically, once Japan surrendered, Germany fell shortly after that. And it's, you know what? It's not like the Japanese were helping the Germans on the front lines, but the issue was now the Americans, the Australians, everyone who was in the Pacific Theater with the Japanese could now focus all of their attention on Europe. You know what I mean? It's like, oh crap, we just doubled the military coming at us.
Oh, you're right. Once Japan got to Singapore, mate, like there was a lot of threats happening. They'd have got through Singapore, like damn.
Yeah. And the Australians had to fight on a two-front war. Not everyone fought Pacific and European theater, but the Australians absolutely had to because Japan was right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, we actually took them on. That's why we beat them in Kokoda.
You guys were there at Okinawa with us.
Yeah, it's our reserves that actually had to fight the Japanese in Kokoda and Papua New Guinea because our infantry were actually over in Europe.
Yeah.
So we
sent
our reserves.
So you sent a bunch of guys with less training and almost no experience.
Yep.
To go fight a major global power that was rapidly expanding.
It was
the balls on those dudes though to bomb Pearl Harbor. You know?
Oh my!
What a mistake that was. Waking the sleeping giants.
Yeah.
Yamamoto said that, wasn't it?
Was that?
Wasn't it Yamamoto who said that? Admiral Yamamoto?
Allegedly, I've heard conflicting stories, but yeah, I've heard Admiral Yamamoto has said that he feared that they woke a sleeping giant, or maybe that was the Emperor who said that. Yamamoto was also credited with saying, which he did not say, there's a rifle behind every blade of grass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good luck trying to invade the United States for real. There are more guns than people. You know? Like all of those dudes know how to shoot because that's how they get dinner.
Well, mate, the only way they're going to try and beat you guys is by getting infiltrating, getting in there to America. That's what they're doing, and that's what you guys have got to repel.
Exactly. These two oceans have done so great protecting us that there's not going to be a military invasion. They have to come in and take over the government from the inside. And look at what's happening with these commies.
Yep.
You know, and I don't know if either you saw it. I put it on social media recently how the Dems got to pull. I gave them like some advice, like for real, you guys got to purge your party of these guys. You guys, you're destroying your party. It's going to fall apart, and you're going to hand over the presidency, the Senate, and the Congress for at least a decade to the Republican Party if you don't get these communists and socialists out of your party. Because this is right before Plattner dropped out. And I was like, it's for real. If Plattner runs for Senate, he will lose. There's no he might beat Susan Collins. He will lose. So I don't know, maybe Bernie Sanders saw my post and was like, that asshole makes sense, you know?
Another first for the show.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, like you got to look at it. Republicans have got rhinos, and Democrats, mate, they're losing out to the commie side of them, of their party.
Well, it's because they're casting out anyone who doesn't follow in 100% lockstep. There's so much division within the Republican Party, because they like, no, I think we should do this instead. I should think we should. But the left is like, no, fuck all of that. We all agree on everything, so therefore we know we're gonna win. Vote blue no matter who.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what crazy. Then you speak to the individual Democrat, like none of that shit's happening when you refer to policy, and you show them like the policies that for the person they literally voted for. Like my little sister wants to nationalize the socialism that's infiltrating Massachusetts. And I was like, do you have any idea what that means? She's like, yeah, it means we're going to tax the rich. I was like, you are the rich. I was like, you live in Plymouth, Massachusetts. It was like one of the first cities in the country, okay? Tourists come from all over the world to see Plymouth. She brings in almost six figures. Her husband brings in almost six figures. But together they're making like 175 a year. And she thinks she's not the wealthy. I was like, well, I don't know. Let's have a look at the average income in West Virginia. Oh, it's $36,000. How much of your paycheck are you willing to give to West Virginia because you want to share the wealth?
None.
None. No, she wants to take someone else's money. Like, that's not how this works.
Who gets taxed after the billionaires and millionaires leave the state? Is the next
Not
one
even that. But if you're supposed to liquidate all of the wealth and distribute it evenly, that you're doing better in Massachusetts than the guy with no teeth in a broken down trailer in West Virginia. They're gonna take your money and give it to him. They're gonna get him new teeth. They're gonna build him a new fucking house on your paycheck.
Yep.
Then that's best part. Then they say shit like, "Well, it's my money. How can you just take my money?" It's like you fucking voted for it. You said take my money, Daddy. So it blows my mind about Massachusetts, man. They started a fucking revolution over a 3% tax on tea.
Not anymore. Nobody cares.
Like, tax me harder, Daddy. Oh, give it to me. Oh my God, dude. And who's this Robert Jenrick guy? Is he supposed to be taking over in the UK or something? I don't know. Maybe the repeat offender knows who Robert.
Andy Burnham.
Okay, who's Robert Jenrick? Is he just like a commentator?
This is from GB News, so
yeah, he's a commentator, I think.
Okay.
He accused the police of a two-tier justice after a white man was arrested following an assault by a black man. Oh, great!
Yeah, this dude was jumped by a couple dudes and was being pummeled. Right?
Yep.
Lady cop shows up, jumps on this dude's back. The guy getting beat up jumps on him. This white kid, throws an elbow back thinking he's protecting himself from the dudes beating the shit out of him. She arrests him for assaulting an officer. And it's like, he was getting beat down in front of you and you arrested him, just like that Nowak kid that everyone already forgot about him, didn't they?
Yeah, oh yeah.
But what happened was, did you see the rest of the video? The guy that got attacked, he got attacked by Muslims or whatever they were. The coppers actually got physical with him before they got him in the car. There was a couple of bystanders that come up and said to him, hey, to be fair to this guy, he's just been flogged by the group of gang. And this woman, the copper, come up behind. I've seen the video. She come up behind him. So he was sort of like self-defense mode still.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
Didn't know it was a female officer. And then he's gone whack. And then she's gone, right, next minute they're all on top of this guy. It's lucky the bystanders are there. And they said, we've got film of it. Now they're going to investigate him actually being assaulted in the first place, which they should have done.
Now, they may throw out charges against this dude, but I guarantee you that cop doesn't get investigated or even get suspended.
She just come up and attacked him straight away. She watched the perpetrators run away.
Just like when that kid was stabbed, was bleeding out, and the cop was like, no, I don't think you have, mate. And let him die. Not even an investigation. Like, oh, well, sometimes people die. It's like, yes, when you handcuff them and watch them bleed out, yes, they die.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just what's going on, and I like the two-tier Keir Nick moniker that came up. But once he, I guess technically he's still in office, so we can still use that term, huh?
Yep.
It's just infuriating.
It's disgusting what they've done in their own country, mate. And they allowed Sharia law. It's happening in England. They've got Sharia courts there. Never
Now, are
let
they only
Sharia law.
allowed? Now, are other groups allowed to set up their own government and have their own trials and courts, or just the Islamists?
Just Islamists.
That's great.
Never let Sharia law in your country, guys.
I just can't believe, like, why can't the Christians and the Jews do the same thing then?
Sounds
Why
like
can't
religious discrimination.
realistically the Catholic Church doesn't really have a court system? You know what
No.
I mean?
I got the Vatican.
Yeah, but they're not passing judgment and sentencing people to lashes or
The only thing,
caning.
the worst thing that happened to you is you'd be excommunicated by the church.
Yeah, and actually, and that's a big deal in the Catholic Church, just like those priests and what was it, bishops or cardinals?
Yeah.
Where
Priest,
are
bishop,
they?
cardinal. That's the
Sure,
order:
I can't-
priest, bishop, cardinal.
Yeah. Oh no, but yeah, a bunch of priests were just ordained by bishops, and the bishops and the priests were all excommunicated immediately by the Pope, like a couple weeks ago,
Well, I was reading that
because they
they're
still do
not the
Latin
only
Mass.
ones that do Latin Mass. There's also congregations in the U.S. that still practice
Yes.
Latin Mass.
Yes, it is very difficult to find them. There's one in Charlestown, West Virginia, actually, that does.
Well, why is the Pope not getting rid of them too?
Well, the big issue was that these guys had to get permission from the Pope to do it, and did it without the permission.
Okay.
So the reason they didn't get the permission was the Latin Mass. The actual offense was not having permission
Okay.
to ordain priests. And yeah, and that's the only way, because it was an official. The Pope can say you don't have authority, but once they've been ordained by a bishop, even if it's not without the Pope's consent, they're still priests. So they had to be excommunicated to remove the collar.
Titles.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. Yeah. And just a heads up for anyone who's not Catholic or understand excommunication as a Christian. This means you've been thrown out of the church. You are no longer welcome. You have no place in the kingdom of heaven. Can you imagine
Yep.
being cast into hell for eternity because the Pope said so?
Well, that's when I
I-
stopped being a Catholic and find a different religion.
Yeah. Well,
The Catholic Church
understand-
isn't the only way to heaven.
Do you realise too, guys?
if you're Catholic, it is though.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
Do
just
you
because
realise
you're
too-
Catholic doesn't guarantee you a spot in heaven.
No, but if I'm
That's
not
it.
Catholic, I cannot get a spot in heaven.
Okay, I guess I'm going to hell.
According to my church, yes. Especially because we don't believe in purgatory. So there's
Yeah.
not even a limbo for you.
I don't believe in purgatory. I feel as long as I got a personal relationship with Christ, I'm going to heaven.
I agree. I'm just saying this is the doctrine of the church.
Did you also hear the news throughout the week? It's pretty big news, but never made the papers.
What's that?
Determine what?
King Charles has stepped down from head of the Church of England.
I'm not surprised.
now-
Is he
he's now-
converting?
No, he's now labelled himself king of all religions there.
Oh, I
He's
bet
leaving.
the Muslims love that.
Islam and all that sort. So he's now going to be the monarchy of the all religions now.
Yeah, I bet the Muslims love that. There's no way they're going to execute him for that. You know what I mean? Declaring himself king of Islam.
You can't execute the king.
Okay. You would call it an assassination, but they're going to grab him and then cut his fucking head off. Okay?
Possible show title.
What? Cut his head off?
No, king of all religions.
Or yeah. The king of Muslims.
That
Oh
puts
my
a new meaning in the King's Day, eh?
Yeah. Oh my God. So yeah. So what did the Pope think of the king saying, "I'm the king of Catholicism in the Commonwealth"?
Basically, what
Because
it
I'm
is,
pretty sure the Pope takes that title, right?
No, I think what it is like it's in England. So whereas the king was the head of the Church of England,
Yeah, but he's also
was
the
head.
king of the entire empire, I thought.
Well, the Church of England was created when they broke away from Catholicism.
Because he wanted to
under
divorce
Henry
his wife.
VIII, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to be able to divorce his wife without having to cut her head off. Right?
Then he executed her.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, he had to execute his
Cut her head off.
wives to be able to get a new wife. And he's like, this is getting messy. It's you know how much difficult it is to get the blood out of the stone, you know?
It cost the taxpayer a lot of money back then too.
So yeah, we'll just make our own church. But yeah, but he's still king.
So now he's
king
sort
of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. The issue was the official religion was the Church of England.
Yep,
Mhm.
that's correct.
So like
So that's not the official religion anymore?
that's the question I was going with.
It's still the official religion, but it isn't. So what it is like he's making himself not like
The
a
king doing
statesman,
his thing is
sort
the
of-
reason why my family packed up and rolled out of Wales and England.
Well, instead of just being like the head of like the Church of England, he's now like a patriot of all the religions. That's what he's trying to say. If that makes sense.
He's converting to Islam, and you know it.
Yep. Mate, he's done so much for the Islamic people there, Muslims.
I know.
And it's an ideology. It's not a religion.
Well, it's a religion too, but there's a not just a religion aspect to Islam that a lot of people don't realize. The sheer fact that they have their own courts and their own law system. There's an entire government set up within Islam.
Yep.
And people were like, "No, that's not true." I'm like, read the fucking holy book, all right? They're not even lying to you and telling you that's not how it works. They all admit this is how it works because that's the whole point of the religion. You know,
They've got no
this is
separation
how you
from
worship
state.
Allah.
Yeah, they've got no religion. They've got no separation from state and religion.
Exactly, it's the same thing. It's a literal
It's
theocracy.
an ideology. Yep, an ideology.
And that's what got me because, sure, at least in England, you could practice any religion you wanted, even though they were officially Church of England, right?
Yep.
Like it wasn't against the law to be a Catholic, at least in the last 100 or so years, right?
Right.
Yeah. My waspy side of my family comes from over there. They came over as Protestants. And then the Catholicism, I think, came from maybe Ireland or something. I don't know. But geez Louise. You see this building in New York? It used to be a Pfizer building that they're trying to convert. I want to say into a housing. The whole
No,
thing's
I missed
buckling
it.
and falling down. Like, open up that article and have a look. You can look at these beams holding the building up that are snapped at like 45-degree angles. They evacuated even the crews that were were there to stabilize the building. Like, no, get out. That's not safe. I'm like, so what are you guys gonna do? You're just gonna wait for it to fall down and
I
kill
mean, it's not
people
even
or
that
what?
tall of a building either. It's only 37 stories.
Only.
Well,
How much
we're,
damage
we're
could a
talking New
37
York City here.
I know, but how much damage could a 37-story building do if it just falls
A
down?
lot, but I'm saying that it's not like the tallest building in New York City by any means.
No, correct. It's not even the Empire State Building, which is a big building, but still not the biggest building in the New York City. But if something that big falls,
Well,
you're
it's
gonna
got
jam
it. I mean, it's going to be solved because Mayor Mondani's been to the scene and he's on it. He's got it all figured out now.
Did he just order it to fix itself and be right?
He says we've continued seeing shifting of the structure. So,
Well, this is obviously because you left your thermostat lower than 78 degrees. 78
we were
degrees
supposed to turn it
Fahrenheit.
off completely. You weren't even supposed to lower it. You know, you're supposed to turn it off completely.
And only during peak hours. You were allowed to sleep in 78 degrees. I was like, Mom, Donnie is not sleeping in 78 degrees, and you know it.
Nah.
Actually, it was funny. One dude was going around recording the temperature at the mayor's mansion and the governor's mansion. They were sitting at like 65 degrees. I'm like, how come we have to keep it so freaking hot?
No answer. It was probably ignored.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. Do you know what they did to help people stay cool during the heat wave? They
They
opened all the
fire hydrants.
They opened the fire hydrants. Now, a couple things happen when you open fire hydrants. One, water pressure goes down. So have fun fighting a fire, right? And two, if you were above the third story, you had like brown mud come out your faucet. So now you have no AC, no fucking power because of the rolling blackouts. And even if you want to get a drink of water to cool down or even pour it on yourself, you're pouring mud on yourself. Good job, guys. Good thing you shut down all those power plants. You know, you fixed that climate change problem by killing everybody. Oh, dude. Anything else in leftovers you want to talk about?
Let me see.
Dude shot a woman in the face and threw her baby in the snow back in winter. She survived, so did the baby. He was just sentenced to 53 years.
Good.
Yeah, I think the federal government should have taken the case instead of the local government and charged him under carjacking because then they could have executed him. Believe it or not, carjacking is a capital offense in the United States. A lot of people do not realize that, but that's because in the 80s, there were so many carjackings, and these guys would make off after throwing someone out the car, and they get a half mile and hear the baby crying in the back seat. So to stop all these babies from being abducted this way, they started executing people for carjacking. This man threw a baby in the snow and tried to kill her mother.
And then you got Carmelo
I got no problem
Anthony
with the firing
seeking a new
squad.
trial. He wants a different judge to oversee the future legal proceedings.
Yeah, because the judge was biased, right?
Yeah.
My God, they're saying they're going to get a new trial and all this shit. They didn't cite. You can't just say I want a new trial. You have to say
No,
why
you
this
got to
one
say
wasn't
reasons
fair.
why, you know.
Yeah, and not even like we lost. You don't necessarily get a new trial because we lost. You get an
No.
appeal. To get a new trial means they're going to throw this one out because it was not done fairly. And they're claiming that it was an all-white jury, a lot of people, not the attorneys. It was not all white. There were 2 Hispanic and an Asian person on the jury. There were no black folks. So just remember, folks, if you ain't black, you white. There's nothing else out there. And if you say otherwise, you are racist. Okay?
And apparently there's like 29 states in the U.S. that are in the process of putting self-checkout regulations in place.
Yeah, I
that
found this very
would
interesting.
give people that use self-checkout 10% discounts.
I'm not necessarily opposed to this. It's not a terrible idea, especially state by state. I can absolutely accept this. I don't like the idea of it federally.
No, I
because-
don't either. But I mean, the corporations are saving tons of money by having 10 checkout lanes with one person supervising it.
See, that's the problem. What gets me is that most of like these Walmarts train people to use the register, and then they go and do their other thing, and they get called up if they're needed.
Not anymore.
Now-
You're
and now
lucky
that-
if you can find one register open with an actual cashier on it during the day.
That's what pisses me off, dude. Because like we just went and bought a new TV because our video card, the old one broke. By the way, the new one's freaking amazing. This new Samsung. It took an hour to check out because it was one cashier.
Right.
And I was like, what the hell? And what bothers me even more is that you almost exclusively have to do the self-checkout because there's literally no cashiers.
Yeah.
I could do the 5-gallon jugs of water in the water cooler so I don't have to drink the well water because it's safe enough, but I'm not going to deal with a sulfur, this, that, whatever that, because stuff moves around.
Yeah, we
in
don't
the
drink the
brain.
well water here either.
No, I'll bathe in it. I'll even cook with it, but I'm not drinking it.
We got a water softener too, so.
I don't need that. But so I go and I don't just return them and exchange them. I go and refill them at Walmart. It costs me like $6 to get 40 gallons of water, right?
Yeah, but then you can't go through self-checkout probably.
Boom. I can't just push the button and say, this is how much water I got.
Right.
It's like scan the barcode. It's like, but I'm not buying a new bottle. I'm refilling this bottle.
Yeah.
So I have to wait for the lady with 900 items in her grocery cart who moves slower than a snail. And you're like,
And probably
oh
writing a
my
check.
God. Huh?
Probably writing a check too.
I haven't had a checkbook since I was in the Navy. The checks I still have were from the Navy Federal Credit Union, and they had Navy ships on the checks. I remember going to the supermarket and I would sign my name on the check and I would hand it to the cashier and they would run it through this machine back and forth. It would print out the cost and everything right on it.
They can still do that.
Who has a checkbook? Why don't you just swipe your debit card? It's the same account.
Some old people don't like debit cards.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not a lot of
Yeah,
old
but
people like cash.
But the problem is you could. Yeah, I understand. Oh, I don't like a debit card. Problem is, I get my hands on your checkbook. I could write 1,000 checks at the same time. Versus, and it wouldn't give the bank time to flag these unusual transactions until you've already made up with all the goods from these checks. You start swiping my debit card. The bank's like, "This is suspicious. Is this you?" I'm like, "No." It's like, boom, and ends it.
Mm.
Oh, this one was good. A principal has been banned from teaching in her state. She altered the school schedule and like vacation time for the students to coincide with her cruise
Cruise.
line vacation.
She didn't want to take the actual time off. She just wanted to change the school's calendar.
Yeah. And they're like, no, 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 no. That's not how this works. Everyone else went and changed their entire
I'm sure
fucking
she
life.
could have taken leave and taken a vacation time for her cruise, but she didn't want to waste her vacation on a cruise.
No, exactly. I want to be able to use this to sit at home and friggin' or go on another trip or something,
Yeah.
And on this show we've talked about it before. I remember I brought up the high school I went to, what the teachers got paid, and the town I lived in because that they separated from the school district. There used to be 4 towns in one school. People would talk about how teachers don't make enough money. This is asinine. Oh, they don't really get 4 months a year off. I'm like, yes, they do. They're not working for 4 months. Like, how do you think they survive? And I pulled up the numbers. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's the $130,000 this English teacher makes a year. Maybe that's how they fucking
Right.
survive.
Yeah.
It's like that's more money than a fucking welder makes. And those who can do, those who cannot teach, right?
Yep. Could be a problem. I'm about to be a teacher.
Well, what can you do, Brian?
I can do a lot,
no.
but I've decided I don't want a full-time job, so I'm going to become a substitute teacher.
No, I understand, but I mean, in terms of yes, you're pretty good with photography. You know your way around a dark room, that archaic, ancient technology, right?
I know way around digital photography too.
Yes, much cooler, and you can do a lot of cool stuff with it. And don't get me wrong, you can do some really cool stuff with old school 35 millimeter film too. If you're good, you can do some really cool stuff, like leaving your aperture open or taking a picture every 20 minutes on the same frame. You know what I mean? And then overdevelop one side, underdevelop the other. You can do some neat stuff. It's you can probably do most of the same stuff with a digital camera these days, but it's not as much fun. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Of course, the kids got to come downstairs and let the freaking cats down every time I'm doing this. They have to do this. Oh, and you got something in here about the stamps. It says all-time high in stamp prices,
Yeah, they raised them again.
but it's always an all-time high. Stamp price never goes back down.
No, it's never
Right.
going down.
So why even bother saying all-time high?
It's a clickbait.
That's exactly what it is. And you know what? It goes into effect in like 7 days or something like that. Go
Yep.
buy some Forever stamps now.
I
Buy some America
got
2.
like a half a roll right now already. So
Yeah, I got a couple sheets of Marine Corps stamps. And I'm like, how often do I send mail out? Like for real. I don't send checks in the mail anymore. You know what I mean? I go on my phone and go, boop, bill paid. All right. Ryan, I think that's our show.